This manga wants you to suffer. Takopi's original sin is a fairly new manga with only a total of 16 chapters. Now this is a manga which Japan has fallen in love with, even so much that it has rivaled the likes of Kanji number 8 in sales. This manga is a pretty dark and fucked up story, so I will put a trigger warning for things as like bullying, death and suicide before we get into the video, just so that you are prepared. But before we get into the video, I have to ask you guys to subscribe and like the video if you enjoy it. Anyway, let's get into the video. When Takopii meets Shizuka, we're shocked about the fact that she isn't happy, because as we know, Takopii is from the happy planet, where everyone is happy. When he tries to replace Shizuka for helping her out, he gives her stuff like fly free ring, which lets you fly through the air at your own will, but Shizuka doesn't want to use it because it won't change anything, she says. He also tries to cheer her up with the happy camera, which lets you go back to the moment the picture was taken, but Shizuka says it's just like a smartphone, and then he tries with the ball pen. And then he tries with that, and that, and that, until one day, when Shizuka got home from a fight with her classmate, that's when Takopii gave her a patched up ribbon, which allows anyone who got into a fight to be friends again. Shizuka finally says that she wanna use it, which makes Takopii happy, so he lends her the ribbon, even though the law for using happy gadgets is that one must always use happy gadgets in the presence of a happy one. After a while, Takopii comes home to Shizuka to see how it went with her friend, but when he gets home to her, he finds her dead. He realizes that he has done something so terrible and that he has to use the happy camera to go back in time. He uses it to go back into the past and find out why someone would take their own life. When they are back, Takopii asks Shizuka to go with her to school. When they are in school, Takopii hides himself as a flower, and there he finds the reason for Shizuka's sadness. A person called Maria, who is constantly mean and awful to Shizuka. Later when Maria wants to see Shizuka, Takopii goes in her place to make up with Maria. There he fully learns and understands the mental and physical abuse Shizuka gets from Maria every day. After Takopii endures Shizuka's pain for some time, she tells him that things haven't been that bad lately because she is happy and Takopii, but everything that she is happy about is going to change. Because while Shizuka is out for a walk with Chappie, they meet Maria, who comes close and slaps Shizuka, making Chappie attack her, which leads to Chappie being taken down, which is Shizuka's last straw. Takopii tries again and again to make Shizuka happy, until the 101st time, when he understands that everything bad happens with Shizuka ends with Maria. Now, I won't explain more of the story because it just gets a lot worse from here on out, so you will have to find out for yourself because it's a bit much. So now, what are my thoughts on the manga? Well, it's a bit mixed. I think that the start of the story is very solid, but the things that happen later in the story feels very off. I feel like if you're gonna get to a really serious and tragic story as this one is, it's kinda off-putting to have an alien from Happy Land in the story, which makes the story feel a bit childish. And of course with all of the happy gadgets. And when a story tries to explain something as tragic as suicide, I feel kind of off-putted by all these imaginary things as happy and happy gadgets. And when Takopii, the one from the happy planet who have had a happy and peaceful life his entire existence, suddenly commits a crime, it goes against everything that he believes in. Now, I'm not trying to justify either Maria or Shizuka from what they did, because they both are doing some very, very wrong things in the story. Everyone in the story feels off, except the one character which I like in the story. There's Asuma Junya, who is Naoki's older brother. I feel like he's the only good character in the series, even though the low amount of screen time he gets. He's the perfect showcase of what her brother is. Now, I'm also kind of new to this type of manga, but another manga which isn't the same but has some of the same aspects is Boys Abyss. Now, I won't spoil anything about the manga, but I feel like it handles the topic in a much more mature and better way. I'm also like only 40 chapters into the series, so I might go off the rails, but so far it's pretty solid. The Boys Abyss series doesn't belittle the serious topic of suicide when I feel like Takopi's original sin does. Now, is Takopi's original sin a bad manga because I feel like it belittles the seriousness about the topic? No, I still enjoy the manga to a extent. I just kinda felt put off about it in some places of the series. I also felt that Maria's story didn't really justify what she did to Shizuka. Like, of course it's horrible what Maria has to go through, but it's really not Shizuka's fault. Now, I don't want it to sound like I hated the story because of how many flaws I found out, but I have one left thing, and that's Naoki. Of course it's Naoki. I don't understand how he could be so used and manipulated by Shizuka. For someone who is as smart as he is, he's really dumb, almost ruining his life for someone he's recently started hanging out with. I just felt like they kind of wanted to go a direction with his character, but it ended up flat. Okay, now I have shit talked it enough, let's talk about the good stuff. I feel like the story is very good if you just forget about Takopii and everything about him. But the best thing about the entire story is Junya, who I previously talked about. I feel like he was just an amazing older brother to Naoki. I also felt that we needed some kind of good guy in the story, so he was super solid. Anyway, that's what I think about Takopi's original sin. Now, do you think that I was being too harsh on the series, or what did you think about my take on it? I would love to hear about it in the comments. I also think that this is definitely worth reading and experiencing it for yourself, even though you might have gotten spoiled from this video. I'm sorry about that. If there's anything else you want me to talk about or check it out, or make just a video about it, please leave it in the comment down below. And if you have enjoyed the video, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Anyway, it's been Natsu, and I will see you in another video, so bye and have a great day.